just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the line. I'll take it to the edge for a ride, live 1,000 lives. And maybe I could be the one riding to the setting sun tonight. Just drive.
The sun is out and the temperature is rising. Welcome to this afternoon's practice session here in Abu Dhabi.
What is up, guys? This is DeltaNiwa X from TKA Broadcasting, bringing you a post-season 2015 session update. As part of the 2016 up-and-coming PlayStation sensation next month, I thought I'd bring out a video that would highlight a little bit of the recording session, what you would come to expect from every race that I will be broadcasting live from the Elgato gaming record system. So this is 2015 on the PS4. This is a live recording from the day that I recorded it. So as you've probably seen in previous videos, I will be racing in the Sauber number 66 F1 car in the 2016 season. However, with everything going on, Ferrari have given me an opportunity to race for their car in the post-season testing for 2015. So here we are on board Kimmi Raikkonen's Scuderria Ferrari, and we're going to be doing a half-hour session to get a grasp on the Formula 1 basis, as we are a complete rookie to the Formula 1 calendar. So we're going to start, we're going to pretty much just go all out, get a good time out there, see how we fare against the likes of Sebastian Vettel, Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton, and just get an understanding of Formula 1 in its prime. So we're going to put 15 litres of fuel in the car. This is the setup we're going to use for the whole session. Thank you, Jeff. So Ferrari have given me this big opportunity to drive their car at the end of the season to get me a good grasp of what I could hopefully come to see, with my goal to one day race for them in one of the seasons of F1 2016. So here we go, on board with Kimmi Raikkonen's Scuderia Ferrari, which he has graciously allowed me to use for this session, and he will remain to use it for the next 2 days in his post-season testing. So the race is finished. Nico Rosberg won the race quite comfortably, and of course Lewis Hamilton crowned the 2015 World Champion, his third of his career. So we're now just going to have a bit of a warm-up lap to see what we're up against in the field of things. We've got Alonso and Lewis Hamilton behind us, so we're going to do the kind thing and let them through and not hold them up. So first of the DRS points, Hamilton now having a go at Alonso. Both 17th and 17th and 12th on the timing sheets, but of course everyone's only just coming out to do their things, which is why we are currently P4 on the timing sheets now. So these guys are actually going a bit slower now, so I kind of feel weird giving them the position. Alonso's pulling out, we're not going to actually overtake him. Oh, got a bit needy under the brakes, just gave Alonso a bit of a bump to say, hey, don't slow down so much, we're not racing for position or anything like that, we're just having a bit of a test with the new cars, well, somewhat new specs on in old cars, just getting an understanding of what we're coming to expect in 2016. Of course, I'm not going to be racing for the Scuderia in 2016, I'll be racing for Sauber. But like I said, Sauber want to get their equipment underway with the 2 drivers that they presently have contracted, so Ferrari have allowed me a chance to have a go in a Formula 1 car around the Abu Dhabi circuit, and Hamilton's actually already put out a time, so a 1:42.7, which is really quick actually given the basis of things. So we're going to have one more small lap of just understanding the car, getting a feel for it. It feels really good actually, to be honest. I mean, I may be a rookie coming into the 2016 game season, but I am by no means a rookie in the F1 gaming community. So you may have raced against me, people that are watching this. You may not have. Those who have raced against me probably know that I'm actually very quick. But at the moment, we're just having a good grasp of things as our teammate Vettel now posts us the fastest lap of the race. We're going to use the DRS to slip past Fernando Alonso. He's going to hold it around the outside, try to get a good run on us, but he backs off in the end, and so we take the position. We're currently P12 now as a result of time starting the tumble, as Rosberg now does a 142.6. Whether that's on the option or the prime tyres remains to be seen, but my suspicion would be that he will be on the prime tyre. So, coming through this series of corners, Sector 3, one of the more technical parts of the track. Sector 1, very fast flowing and with only one real major corner to contend with, but that's actually after Sector 1, just straight after. So this is Sector 3, the hotel section, very technical through here. You want to get the car positioned really nicely along the apex. Don't want to cross the apex, but you want to kiss it just as you come into these corners. Penultimate corner, we're going to set the fuel up to rich and we're going to have a good go at it. So we'll do a track map while we're at it. So coming down the main straight, 7th or 8th gear, depending on your prep fits. So 4th gear into turn 1, kiss the apex on both the entry and the exit into turn 2. Thank you, Jeff. Turn 3, you want to use as much of the apex as you can without drawing yourself out too wide and hitting those curves. Turn 4 and 5, turns 4 and 5 through here, and then turn 6, the tight hip and bend. And according to the sector, thank you, Jeff, you really know when to talk when I'm trying to talk, so that's not on. But anyway, down the DRS straight down here, we've just gone through turn 6, sorry. Into turn 7 and 8, hard on the brakes, 2nd gear. Want to kiss the apex coming into this turn, and then do it again coming into turn 8, sorry. Turn 9, very fast here, and then you come up to a very quick turn 10, which you would almost think wasn't even a turn. Turn 11 and 12, hard on the brakes again, kiss the apex into 11, 12, and then there's 13, and then turn 14, about a 2nd or 3rd gear approach. I usually take it in 2nd. Turn 14, 15, and 16, same pretty much as the previous turns, just all in one. Turn 18, and then 19 through the hotel section. 20 and 21, the penultimate and final turn. You want to hit 4th gear here, and then 3rd gear here for the final turn, and there you go, one full lap around the Abu Dhabi circuit. And we put out a 141 flat, so of course we're on the option tyres, so that 141 flat is of course only as a result of that, so not too bad. Oh, gave the exit curve a bit of a smash, which lifted the car up. We've gone sector 1 purple again, so we're fastest in sector 1, so we've improved on our previous lap time. Around the hairpin turn, down the straight, 5th gear, 6th gear, 7th gear, hit the DRS point here, 8th gear. We're carrying a lot of speed through here, about 345 kilometers an hour, hard on the brakes into turn. Oh, just dropped a gear too many. Of course, remember we're going to be in the Sauber, so we're probably not going to be as quick around this track this time next season, but for now we're just taking what we can out of it, making the most of the situation. Slower into sector 2, which is a bit not so surprising considering we first gear into that corner. Car feels really balanced, really smooth. Sebastian currently in P3, so he's been showing us the ropes so far and how the the team operates. Kimmi's been showing me how the car works, so they've been very helpful in regards to prepping me up towards the 2016 season. And of course, with the 2016 game comes new features, and as well as that, some old features coming back. Formation lap for a start is a new feature, not unfamiliar to Formula 1 games as much. It's been familiarised with F1 Championship Edition, but it's now part of the Codemasters F1 2016 game. As well as that, the return of safety car and the introduction of the virtual safety car, which will be very interesting to say the least. I haven't seen any footage of a virtual safety car, much less a safety car in 2016 yet. But then again, there's very little to go for in 2016 other than a few track maps, or time trial track maps on the new engine. So as well as that, you've got the pit paddock, the engineer room, the kitchen, the dining area and all that stuff. Pretty familiar back to the days of F1 2010, F1 2011. Customer creation, which is a feature made from F1 Championship Edition, brought into 2016. So it allows you to make your own character, make your own number, choose your own helmet, and of course it goes towards you for the rest of your season. Well, the helmet doesn't, but your name and your driver number. So very good, innovative moves by Codemasters to make the next F1 gaming experience as good as it can be. I mean, F1 2015 has been one of the best made games so far from the Codemasters range. Oh, got a bit of confrontation here between Bottas and Hulkenberg, and we've ultimately been caught up in that a little bit. No damage as it looks, but that was a little dicey. And of course, Hulkenberg and Bottas both on the prime tyre, the softs, while we're on the option super softs. So we're going to use the extra speed that we've come out from that corner and try and take Hulkenberg around the outside. He gives us the room, but doesn't give us much room on the exit, so we're going to fight him. We're going to go wide as a result, and he's going to keep it around the outside. So that's a good bit of driving there from Nico Hulkenberg, who everyone believes at this point should deserve a drive. Oh, actually, as we've seen that, we've just clipped the rear of his car and been stuck to him as a result. But definitely Nico Hulkenberg deserves to be in a World Championship position car. He has got the talent, he's got the credentials, he's just been unfortunate enough not to be in a team that has been able to deliver him a race win or a chance at the championship. I mean, it's given him podium opportunities, but it hasn't quite reaped in the race win side of things. Of course, his best qualifying so far has been second, which was a good result in Austria this year, but it hasn't been able to capitalise on it and fell back through the field as a result. But of course, Hulkenberg initially was in Sauber at one point, where he scored his best result of 4th place at Korea 2013. So going with that kind of knowledge, I'm not feeling too I'm feeling confident that we can be relatively on the pace, although the Sauber in the past few years hasn't been one of the quickest cars. Well, we'll just come in now to save that effort there, Jeff. So we're going to bring her into pit lane. Just to have a look at the data, a claim from our runs, and we will be back after a small break. Okay, so we're back, and I decided to have a look at the session as of now. At the moment, we've got... Thank you, Jeff. We've currently got 16.5 minutes left in this test session, so we've got plenty of time just to have a sit down, have a look at some of the things at the moment. So currently we're sitting on a 141 flat, which at this point is the fastest lap of the session. We've done 4 laps, so I think we've done the most laps out of everyone on the field. We'll just double check that. No, Hamilton's just crossed over to do his 4th laps, so plenty to go by from there. Will Stevens currently P20 with a 146.9, so he's currently nearly 6 seconds off the pace. Of course, Manor promising more upgrades for the next season to be more up to date with the current cars, to be at least consistent with that of Sauber, Toro Rosso, and even possibly Haas and Renault when they make their Formula 1. Well, for Renault for their Formula 1 return, and for Haas for their Formula 1 debut. So currently we sit on a 141 flat from Nico Rosberg on a 142.6, 1.6 seconds off the pace for Rosberg. But of course Rosberg would be undoubtedly on the prime tyres, so we can actually have a look. We'll have a look. Yep, we can confirm that Nico is on the prime tyre. So his pace currently is underlined at the moment because his time set is only on a prime tyre, whereas ours was set on the option tyre. Sebastian Vettel, our teammate, is in third with a 142.649, so marginally slower than Nico, but still enough to be 1.635 behind us. Then it's Hamilton with a 142.766, 1.75 seconds off the pace. Now we'll just have a look at the sector split. So my sector 1 is a 18.5, 42.7 in sector 2, and a 40.4 in sector 3, as opposed to Rosberg's 18.78 in sector 1, 42.72 in sector 2, and 41.1 in sector 3. So marginally we're always at least 2 to 7 tenths faster in every section or every sector. Best of the Williams so far is Felipe Massa with a 143.149 as opposed to Valtteri Bottas's 143.26. Ricciardo edging at his teammate of a 143.4 to Kvyat's 143.7. Of course we know that young Max Verstappen will be taking Danny Kvyat's position at Red Bull in 2016. Kvyat will be reduced back down to Toro Rosso after a pretty abysmal 2015 season. So Hulkenberg, who we were talking about previously, is in P11 with a 144 flat, 3 seconds off the pace. So anyway, we'll move off from that now. We'll continue to do some laps, see if we can improve on our current time of a 141 flat, because we were faster in sector 1 at one point on the second run, but ultimately lost tyre pace and dropped a gear too early, well, one gear too many, and compromised that second run. So we'll give it another go. Tyres are still pretty good shape. The fronts are looking a little worn, going by the telemetry. Temperatures will be all good, they'll be cooled down. So we're just going to come out right behind Roberto Meri, but we're going to use that extra bit of traction and acceleration to slip past him, so he doesn't end up getting in the way of our run. It's a very complex pit facility at Abu Dhabi, because you go underneath the track and then you cross out pretty much right into the firing line of the oncoming traffic. So it's a matter of positioning yourself, getting a good tyre, having a good pit stop, and then getting out, generally either behind a car or in front of a car, because you don't really want to go side by side in that kind of in that particular corner, because it's quite nasty, and being offline doesn't really help your tyres too much. So anyway, we'll carry on. So thanks Jeff, I kind of knew that because we left on 15 kilos, so that was the intention. So anyway, we're just going to press on with it underneath the Etihad sign. Now this particular corner here, you've got to get it right, because you can either, if you come in too early, you're going to lose a lot of ground, probably compromise your entry into the corner, which will make you vulnerable through the other section of this part. Or you could brake too late, lock up a tyre and fire off into the outfield, which pretty much ruins your tyres and puts you under a threat from the officials. So I'll explain pretty much every corner as I go through on this lap in particular. So turn 1, you want to really get into 4th gear, kiss the apex into turn 1, and then get onto the outer apex without crossing over it too much. Turn 2 and turn 3 are pretty much the same. You just want to stay as close to the corner as possible without going wide. And then through here, you want to be hard on the brakes. 3rd gear through here. I preferably go 2nd here just to slow the car down just a bit more, and then it also helps reduce the engine revs enough so that you don't have to fire it off onto its rackers before you hit the hairpin. So main straight, well back straight, first to the DRS point, very good passing opportunity here if you've got the car pace. We do on this car, but we probably won't when we come to going to Sauber next season. So through here you want to kiss the apex through both areas to get a good entry. Don't want to ride this curb too much because it will slow you down a little bit. Second DRS, hard on the throttle, another good passing opportunity here if you can get the car position right. People are going to generally try and pass or defend, so it's a matter of trying to get everything into play. Same here, you want to kiss the apex through every single corner, try and stay off the outer curb here, kiss the apex here, and same here, just stay to that curb, not go over it. Now, as I said here before, you want to try and get this well timed, so probably brake about there, use second gear to just wash off any extra speed that you might be carrying. Here you want to stay perfectly level with the road, try not to go off that curb because that can actually end up firing you into the fence, and that's never good. Through here you just want to kiss the apex into the penultimate corner, same here in the last turn, just kiss the apex, ride the apex on the outer edge, and that's pretty much a key to getting a good lap in. Thanks Jeff, I wasn't exactly going full tit in this but I was just showing how to take a good line around the Abu Dhabi circuit. So we're just probably going down to the last 10 minutes of the session. I think I actually feel as though I'm very confident now in this car. Now it's just a matter of getting in the mileage, getting in some laps, just understanding how the car operates, trying not to you know, thank you Jeff again. Really know how to interrupt a good commentary point. Again, pointing out the obvious, not really needed. I can see that on the upper telemetry of the race positions. But I feel as though we've got a lot of... I think the Ferrari boys are going to have a lot of data of this, and I'm allowed to carry this data over to the Sauber team in preparations for Catalonia in around the 25th, 26th of August. Probably because I'll be doing another video on that day when I get to F1 2016. Not so much about the career mode straight away. It will be just a pre-season test at Catalonia to see our pace in contrast to what we're showing at the moment. Of course, it's not going to be as impressive, but you know, it's still good to. It'll still be good to see where we're going to stand when it comes to the career mode, and then we can make some rather more realistic goals than what I'm thinking of now. Because at the moment, I feel as though a team like Sauber, it's not the best of teams, but they're not the worst of teams either. So I feel, in honesty, I think realistically a top 15 finish in Australia wouldn't be completely out of the question, and I think a top 12 in the points standings will be a good result for the team, I mean. But for me personally as a driver, I feel as though at least 3 or 4 races in the points, and maybe one race like Monaco, Singapore, or even Baku, where we could potentially fight for a podium. I mean, that's a bit aiming high, I'd say, maybe top 5 even. But you know, I feel confident in my driving ability to be able to put out that kind of performance. But it will just be a matter of how the car and the team operate through the season. Of course, with the R&D function in 2016 back, it means that we can work on the car to make it more up to key with current runners, and hopefully we should be able to maybe make the team a bit more up to date for the next season after that, whether we stay at Sauber for another season or if we get that Ferrari contract. Yep, I'm way ahead of you there, Jeff. So we're going to take another quick break here at TKA Broadcasting. When we come back, we will wrap up the test session. Okay, so we're back again, and with that, we've got 5 minutes remaining left in the session, and at the moment, the times haven't changed all that much, except now Nico Rosberg is on the option tyre, which means there is a good possibility that we might be under siege for the fastest time. So, in response to this, we're going... Thank you, Jeff. We're going to chuck on a new set of option tyres, and we're going to go... Okay, thank you, again. So this time we're going to punch out, try and get into the 140s. Since we've got the potential to get into the 141 flat, we're going to go for one last burst. And I'll commentate up until the penultimate corner, and from there then it will be a one lap free from commentary where I try to attempt to punch out a 140. Now, I'm not 100% sure, nor can I remember what the fastest lap in the history of Abu Dhabi is. Of course, this track was established back in 2009, so it's hard to say. Well, it's pretty hard for me to remember. If any of you guys can tell me that, just put it in the comments below so I can have a look and then compare myself to it. Of course, games are always going to be slightly less realistic to actual Formula 1 drives as they are, because I mean there was an online race that I did where I punched out a 1:23.9 during the race of Australia, so it does say that it does show a bit of unrealism to it, so hopefully 2016 does fix that up a little bit. But in any case, I'm going to take all this information on and be ready for it when it comes to Catalonia, where I'll be finally taking up the number 66 Sauber Ferrari Formula 1 car and testing that car out in anger at the Spanish Grand Prix circuit. So we're doing a bit of a different method here where we're warming up the tyres just by going quick. So here we go, one lap free of commentary, enjoy. And there we have a 140.34. So we've managed to punch out into the 140s. I feel as though the lap was actually quite flawless to me. I don't think I could actually improve on that without being too overly aggressive on the curbs. So we've only got 55 seconds left in the session. We're just going to cruise around and finish the lap. So, pretty overall, I feel as though the car is pretty much up to the pace, for the Ferrari boys at least. They're going to take this data on and help them boost their car up for next season. very confident in their ability, especially with Sebastian Vettel and Kimmi Raikkonen. I think Kimmi and Seb will be a very hard team to pass from the likes of Red Bull and Williams, but definitely now I think they'll be up to a point where they'll be able to challenge Mercedes more often for race wins, and even that elusive F1 World Championship title that they have yet to win since 2007 at the hands of Kimmi Raikkonen in the days of the Hamilton versus Alonso battle with the McLaren Mercedes. So hopefully we see Mercedes drop a little bit in performance, and we'll hopefully see McLaren get back up there, because it's quite disappointing to see them so far back. It'd be good for them to get some more points and potentially fight for a podium if need be, even a race win if the circumstances are correct. So we're going to cross the line here and end this session, end the test day for us in a very impressive P1. So of course this is only contrasted by the fact that we've been allowed to use Kimmi Raikkonen's Scuderria Ferrari for the session. So all in all, I think we've got good pace in the car. They're going to use that data for them. I'm allowed to take the data over to the Sauber boys to use for the pre-season testing at Catalonia in a month's time. But until then, thanks guys for watching this half-hour Abu Dhabi 2015 post-season test session. Stay up to date with the TKA broadcasting channel for more updates on what to expect from the season as it comes along. This is your host DeltaNiwa X, and with that I will say farewell, safe travels, and keep gaming hard.